the camera lens too, and the Napoleon showroom, and the other one is where the stylists are.
Indeed, indeed.
Actually, is there any more where the tech guy is behind that security guard next to the woman who's asking about the bathroom?
I want to say that there is both a saber and the battle axe there. And
So is there
that was the
3
first one I
then?
was thinking. and that make it 3, yeah, but
That
he
would
just
make it
really
3.
doesn't see most of them.
Alright, spin is live in front. Please run it down for us.
Well, we made it to the PC Grand Final, and the Paris spin is as follows. Viktor Novikov fall as auction staff, and Dalia Margolis silenced shotgun in the suit.
Righty then. Suit start, but there is a convenient suit start location, which is the undercover at the Iago auction. So, Chris will be using that. Frote hovering over attic right now.
Oh, wow. So, and it's Viktor fall. And I think this is important because once you make your way to the more populated parts of the palace, so not the top floor, then Viktor will start moving. And he will make his way down the stairs immediately, making a fall kind of impossible. So you would probably have to do the Dahlia kill in its entirety upstairs before going down to Viktor, or as you can just see Frote do, slide down the stairs and make him sick and catch him in the Sheik's bathroom. Because it is just so important to...
Here. Yeah, keep Viktor elevated. Don't let him get down. Both guys are secret, each target, but different ones.
Indeed, Chris is hoping to get the full Dahlia kill on the attic level, and not quite sure if you have an angle from the attic, but you can just easily climb into the bathroom where Dahlia is cooking. No one will ever investigate, and silent shotgun means the shot won't be heard either, so this will be a kill after about 90 seconds or so for Chris. But then there's the question of how to isolate Viktor, who is still at the top of the stairs.
Right, and meanwhile, Frote's some amazing use of map knowledge here. Pistol shotting the Sheik's door with a certain angle and a certain spot. You can one-shot that door open. He opens that, knocks out Viktor, takes the Sheik's disguise for easier access to the rest of the palace. And there is also a auction staff in the same floor, so he doesn't even have to go that far.
Yeah, right next door indeed, with the tech crew, which has sometimes annoying head turns, but if they pay attention, then you can see it now. If it's not a loud side KO, then there's the 2 KOs, and Frote has the disguise and the 4 kill in a minute, and Chris has the Dahlia kill down, and will make his way to the attic start, most likely, with the Seeker in his hand.
Yeah, Frote, another thing that just slipped my mind, but another efficient thing he did was pick up the Sheik's disc. What it did was it allowed him to go downstairs and come back up without much of a hassle, and keep the suit in that area where the target is.
Yeah, Paris is half like a tutorial level. It has 2 very overpowered unique disguises, the Sheik and the Helmut, with no enforcement and basically full access. So that was a very well used disguise from Frote.
Not only no enforcers, they don't even get frisked. So it's like a, what is that thing? Snail level of overpoweredness.
Not quite pay to win, but it's definitely the OP part.
Yeah, it's definitely not pay to win unless you consider buying the game.
Yes, speaking of Snail, Chris had no other way to get the auction staff disguise in a sedative manner so that the body can be found, other than using the Snail. So that's a first use of Clark in this grand final, and Chris has already made Viktor sick. I don't believe you are allowed in the Sheik's room, but you can also just open this door, which we saw from Frote. This is going to be a crowbar opening. And Chris is just 1 clear out away from finishing the map, and Frote is basically one balcony over from finishing because it's just one KO on the guard, silence headshot or any body shot on Dahlia, and there's the second kill. Bodyguard disguise means you are only a few enforcers away from the helicopter exit, and I think this is looking like a Frote win.
Yeah, it does. There's too much going on for Chris. He has to deal with that guard in Sheik's room and drag Victor, and also so the Sheik is investigating that door that was open with the crowbar. So yeah, Frote is out, very clean. And just a second over 4 minutes in game time.
Timer goes for Chris. If he finishes within 30 seconds, it's officially a photo finish. But this is, I'm pretty sure it's a first try from both of them. So the moment Frote was finishing and Chris wasn't close an exit, it seemed obvious that Frote will take the first map of this grand final.
Yeah, Frote takes his map, and Chris did have a very early restart when he missed the dart shot.
Ah, yes. Yes. It seems like it was like, if it was 10 or 15 seconds, then it still wouldn't have made a difference.
All right, next map is Chongqing, which is Chris's pick, and it's also not season 1, as we were mentioning earlier in the stream. So I'm just waiting till when the spin arrives for the prediction.
And it is indeed the first real pressure point for Chris. Both players played as well as possible for a first map in a grand final. Frote hasn't played since my semi-final match was like Tuesday, I believe, and then he went for a long weekend with Dore, if I can spoil that much. So he didn't prepare strictly for the grand final. Hopefully he had time to de-rust and drink some coffee. He was admittedly very tired after the long car ride, and I see no signs of any rust at the moment. It's a very solid first map, but both of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. I didn't see any rust. Every single move was calculated, no backtracking. It was wonderful to watch.
But he definitely lives with season 1 and Paris, and now we are going to go to Chongqing, which was introduced to us in 2021. It was January for casual play, but for the competitive play, it was early February, I want to say, when RR4 began.
That's
And
correct.
that was
Sorry, go ahead.
and that was, of course, season 3 only tournament, which made it possible for both players to play it a few times to just get more map knowledge and strategies. Not sure if we're using many of the RR4 strategies now, but we did have to start somewhere, and it was RR4. And RR4 was Chris's defining tournament. I feel like he just came in as a rookie, and probably not the statistically best ever rookie, but finishing third in your first tournament in a bracket like that is definitely one of the most impressive things you can do. And it was the first regular RR, which Frote didn't win. So it was a bit of a different directions they started to go with in terms of success in season 3 maps, but this doesn't mean at all that Chris would be the dead-on favorite. He may be the slight favorite in season 3, but just don't see it over before it's started.
Yeah, this is like the Frote we know. This is the Frote we have that we knew last year, because Frote didn't have much. I'm not sure how much of season 3 maps he played in Roulette Rivals 5. So how much data is there in terms of? Obviously, he's practicing. So I was just thinking in terms of official matches.
So he was he was playing season 3 maps against not the most impressive opponents. I don't want to try to sound disrespectful, but it was probably the kinds of RR4 rookies who didn't make it that far and had the unfortunate luck of playing Frote in their second tournaments. And probably that was why they picked season 3 against him, but they were 4-0 sweeps anyway. So
Yeah, okay.
against
Yeah.
them, he did fairly well, but
Right.
on his
Yeah.
end, he still tried to play season 1 most, and then season 2, of course.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think it's fair to analyze the players based on the results. It's we never really have an intention of disrespecting anybody. Uh, I think it's fair to analyze somebody's play style and the in-game decisions they make and the results itself.
Yeah, I personally love this aspect of roulette when you are. This is the most 1v1 aspect of roulette when you get to pick a map for you, but also against you. So you do have to
Yes,
study your opponents
absolutely.
more
Me
and more
too.
as the tournament progresses. But let's see if Chris picked the right first map for this grand final. What's the Chongqing Spin Punk?
Chongqing Sping has a suit as well, and Hush needs to be eliminated with a fall kill and a falling object on Imogen Royce as the homeless person.
I was watching Buff Guy early this morning, a few hours ago, and I think he played the Chongqing Spin with fall as Hush and falling object as Imogen. And I thought to myself that this would probably be a grand final like spin. Just the two accidents, the infamous one for Imogen and another one for Hush. And look at that. It's even a suit spin, so your starts are restricted. Probably this being a suit for Hush makes the easy balcony start and both of them using it, that start. They will make their way to probably the deprivation chamber with the 3 people, and that is going to be 4 KOs, including Mogwai, Hush's personal guard, who would check in on Hush eventually. And after those 4 kills, you just dump Hush out of the window and go for the elephant of this spin, the Imogen falling object kill.
Yeah, that definitely is the elephant of the whole. It's probably 75 to 80% of the load for the spinning to think about Imogen, because usually you would just do the drone isolation where she's either down below on like the top of that stairs, or you let her come up. Alright, Frote's actually got Hush already, jumping him over the ledge. Chris panics Mogwai.
He has some difficulties with Mogwai for some reason, not sure.
Ooh, Frote just gets. I want to say he got spotted. I didn't quite catch it. But yeah, he has to restart. That's puts Chris ahead a little bit as he's dumping Hush's body over the window.
Mogwai got found according to chat. I also missed that because it felt like a spotting to me as exiting the room. And after Chris being that close to restarting with the bullet impact on Mogwai, it was Frote's Mogwai who got noticed.
Which seemed like it was safer.
Exactly. Chris is having some difficulties opening this door, which you can't with a crowbar because then the non-perfect test subject sees it.
Yeah, definitely not
Imperfect.
Perfect would be she doesn't see it.
No, definitely. So Chris is probably going for the homeless person in the block, which is one more floor below him, but it's one bullet distraction away. If it's precise enough, then the homeless can investigate. But I think it is going to be the lab coat girl who goes out first. And she has an annoying head turn, but of course you're not just passing anymore, so you just can
Yeah, knowing
subdue
head
and hide.
turn
And
and an awkward position for a subdue, so that was well played by Chris.
in a different match, if Frote didn't restart, then this could be an annoying 30 seconds of time loss. We can see now that Chris is still in the lead. Even more struggles getting that homeless guy. I usually shoot the ball, and this clearly doesn't work for him. Very unlucky for Chris.
Yeah, plenty of shots. Still nothing. There we go, finally. Almost ran out of ammo there. I think we did see some, well, in some occasions the players ran out. One time it was shooting soders through that
Oh boy.
gap. Yeah, that was rough to watch.
Yeah, definitely. And after all this, it's going to be Frote who gets to Imogen first, although not in the right disguise yet.
He does have a lot of time though because of her being sick. So Frote was one of the players who kind of shared an approach to falling objects in Chongqing. It's on his YouTube.
Yeah, Frote himself didn't have to look it up anywhere like the rest of us had to.
Yeah,
And that is also a body found on Chris's side, and it was a body next to the body bag. So it would be the homeless guy, because the floor looked brighter, so it might be the deprivation chamber. Couldn't quite see.
yeah, it could be actually because he dropped Hush, so Hush it had to have been Hush's body. Yeah,
Hush's body was found a minute earlier. I remember that one, so I'm just so curious now. And
yeah,
Frost is
I
going to
mean
be
they do drag the body, so if it was like dragging it while you drag it, they can find bodies. Yeah, I'm definitely curious about that too. Frote is pulling a Chris with the screen shake. He's he has to wait now because Imogen's passed the falling objects.
You have two falling objects on, well, two falling objects to shoot, but that makes it 4 chances, I guess. 2 before she starts puking for 60 seconds, the 2 after, and Frote was obviously going to go for the second attempt on her way to the puking spot, but he was just late for that. So it's going to be a minute of wait, and he's going to try to get the guard away in the meantime, reducing the chance of a non-target kill as much as possible. And he brings the gun away, and now let's see if which NPC can ruin this other than Frote's aim, which has been great in the past.
Yeah, the shots on the drone on this map itself was pretty good. So yeah, gets the shot, gets the kill. Frote is looking to be taking Chris's map. Start of this match is looking very similar to the last one, which was a 4-0.
Exactly. That might be a good sign for us viewers and casters, because we know how the last one ended. It ended 5 maps later than where we are at now. But it is going to be Frote to the 4-0 lead. And yeah, Chris is 2 maps behind in his first grand final, following his first pick and Frote's first pick. But we are going to be entering the more coin flip territory, because it's not your best map and not his best map. And if you're grand finalist, then you are probably close to 50-50 on those maps. Next is Hokkaido.
Yeah, next is Hokkaido. Now, not to put down Chris, but I mean, going into season 1 again, Frote has that advantage. I can see. I did expect Chris to do a bit better on Chongqing because of it being his pick and season 3. He definitely had the better chance of winning Chongqing over any of the season 1 maps. but too many restarts, unfortunately, wasn't to be. So yeah, but Dubai is another one that he has a chance of toppling Frote upset.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want to be 0-6 down by the time we reach Dubai, because then the pressure is so high that it might not be like the mental advantage will be so big for Frote that like he would be the favorite on any maps. Chongqing was interesting though, because Chris did have the advantage for 2 minutes or so after the one Frote restart. And then of course we saw that the homeless person was a bit tough to get. So either it was the imprecise shot or just something not working in a match that does in practice. We hear that day after day. But he wasted quite a bit of time there. And then what we still don't know is how was that body found, and what could have Chris done against that. That was probably the key to this map.
Yeah, we'll I guess we'll have to dig into that later. Definitely something I'm curious about. Hopefully Gunther is ready.
I am ready.
There we go. So
Hey,
yeah,
fellas.
Gunther
Welcome back.
will join in for fun for calling the next two maps, which is guaranteed Hokkaido and Dubai. This could potentially be the last two maps. Unless Chris wins one of them, that guarantees one extra map.
Let us hope it goes as long as possible. But yeah,
Yes.
it's going to be 2 maps with Gunther and I, and then I will give my place to Punk back.
All right, guys. Have fun. I'll get off the microphone now.
Thanks, Punky.
Thank you.
All right.
Welcome back,
So,
Gunther.
hey, yeah. Good to see you again. Long time. Yeah, Hokkaido, right? Traditionally pretty fast map, and one that obviously Frote is very comfortable on. And as Punky just mentioned, Chris has to win one of these next two maps, or Frote is going to sweep the series, win the championship, without Chris taking a single map. I I don't know how comfortable I feel saying like I see Chris taking Hokkaido. You know, I feel like Frote is obviously the heavy favorite here. It is a season 1 map, as we've been saying. Going into Dubai, if Frote wins this and it's 6-0 going into Dubai, that's kind of a toss-up. Dubai is obviously Chris's pick, but it's one of the maps that kind of everybody knows when it comes to Hitman 3. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to say we need a miracle from Chris, but yeah, definitely need to see something change here.
I might be overthinking this, but I think Hokkaido's importance is now just so much more than the other 2 maps. If Chris can win Hokkaido, then this gives him confidence to go back to a season 3 map, which is I do feel like it's Chris's territory.
Mhm.
However, if Frote goes 3 for 3 and he's up 6-0, then he can do whatever he wants in Dubai, and that confidence he gets from it might just give him the perfect day, I guess, when nothing goes wrong, and find a way against Chris in Dubai as well.
Right.
So I feel like it might come down to Hokkaido, at least for the near future.
I think that is a good way to look at it. I think if Chris can take Hokkaido, that's going to give him the confidence he needs to know, hey, I can equalize this, no problem. We're going into my map pick. We're my comfort zone. I feel like we can do this. But yeah, I think that if Frote is able to pull this off, then all of a sudden we're looking at a 6-0 going into a map that is kind of a toss-up. It could go to either player. So I think that, yeah, Chris needs Hokkaido for the confidence, but it's the finals. Anything can happen. Here's the spin. And for fun, are you good with me reading it?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So we have Eric Soders with Electrocution as the yoga instructor. We have Yuki Yamazaki with a fire axe with resort security disguise. So, okay. So we have a story-specific Eric Soders kill with the electrocution. Yeah, getting the yoga instructor disguise up there is probably going to be one of the more difficult parts of this. For Yuki, I'm just imagining just a traditional isolation for her. Maybe an early isolation when she's just stepping out of the tram. I don't know.
And that
I
is a good
trust it.
point about yeah, it's just the players. They definitely know better than we do.
Yeah.
And different suits starts. What I was gonna say is if you start Morg and pick up the Fire Axe and pick up the first reserve security you see, you might be able to rush Yuki
Oh,
even in a
yeah, and
different
just take
way.
care of her. Yeah. What is her
But
timing? Like, when would you need to get? Because Chris has the resort security disguise, but he's not down there yet in order to get Yuki just yet. But she stays there for a while.
yeah, this is going to be just enough for the gondola isolation, and then just a race for the Fire Axe. And Chris is not comfortable enough. I think it felt like he was missing an item or just missing 1 extra second, and that is a pretty costly restart because Frote has already isolated Yuki and Calmer, the hospital director, which is an enforcer for this bodyguard. And we shall see now if he goes to the Fire Axe immediately or mixes the kills up and gets the yoga instructor, does the Eric Solar skill, and gets the Fire Axe on the way back. And I think he's looking for that yoga instructor.
Right. And it looks like the yoga instructor's timing is about right for this. Looks like he's also going to be getting his resort security disguise here as well, probably to do a little bit of disguise maneuvering.
Maybe just that could be a what Codes and others call proxy disguise to just get this one and this
Exactly, just to move it.
exactly. Not going well for Chris, though. Another restart from the Yuki isolation.
Was unable to get the Yuki isolation just outside of the tram, unfortunately. And yeah, I mean, Frote is already well into the spin. He's got the disguises he needs. Probably be heading to the morgue now to grab the Fire Axe.
Some kind of accident.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to get the Yuki kill first. And he can always go back for the yoga instructor kill. And then for electrocution, you just need the key hackers to get into the designated rooms and the screwdriver to disable the security panel. So he's most likely ready with on the loadout side. And let's see if Chris can do it for the third time. That felt like Yuki was seeing the throw, so that's not it. Oh, he sees the briefcase.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how well this is going to work. If he's going to come out as that guy is getting knocked out.
So one is Cormer that leaves with 3 bodyguards. That's the cornered body. Theoretically could be saved. That body is on the verge of being found, but he won't be found by the hospital director, and that's KO number 2 and 3.
Oh my goodness. I could not breathe.
You really want to like hope for Chris to get the isolation done, and he's still behind.
Big whoosh, but oh, okay. I thought they might have gotten away. He was still green guns for a moment, and then it came back. Yeah,
I always wanted to say that it was the server being delayed. Or if you are that close and just barely too much on the suspicion meter, then it does get delayed a bit. Which means now Frote is a 3.5 minute lead.
Frote just did the Yuki kill here. He's now heading to the morgue. He's going to take care of the cameras here so he doesn't have to worry about them in the hospital side of things. He's also been spotted by security cameras, so he's got to get rid of those. A little bit of buffering over on Chris's side as well for me.
And that is a crash on Chris's side. I was just looking at the RR6 chat because I felt like
from Chris multiple times before, which is really devastating. Because I mean, he's already had 2 or 3 restarts. Like, he doesn't need more to go wrong, especially if Frote's so close to where he needs to be.
It always hurts to crash, and it just all I can hope for is that he realizes that this particular crash wouldn't have changed the outcome. Most likely, let's see if
And
And
he won't necessarily know that, but it's
Frote going back to the screwdriver, which
it
is
looked like he
definitely
forgot
needed
it. Yeah.
because it's the robot arm skill where you disable Kai and mess up the operation. For electrocution, you have to disable the security panel in the little room on the side.
Right. Well, is he doing the? No, he's just overriding the procedures. Okay, he might get a peekaboo from that guard, and that guard's moving quick. No, he does.
It
Okay, he
seems
doesn't
fine,
peekaboo.
yeah.
All right. I thought that he got a full peekaboo and he was just moving. That was just part of his patrol. My goodness.
And during the countdown, you interact with that panel, and that is going to be an electrocution kill at the end of a long cutscene, so which is skipped by Frote, so we won't see the kill for another couple of seconds, but there he is, and that's the
There
second
is
kill
the-
in Hokkaido down.
Yep, and now he's just got to make his way to an exit. Does he have any disguises that he can just grab to get out of here? Aside from the
Probably this,
motorcyclist, that would be a bad idea. Oh, he's got this bodyguard in here.
yeah. And maybe I'm not sure if yoga instructor is allowed outside because he's kind of a
I
resort
don't know. He
employee.
is allowed by the spa, but I don't know if once you descend the ramp, I think
Yeah.
that might be considered trespassing. But Frote getting to the snowmobile exit, and he's going to be out. That's 5-star silent assassin rating. We'll wait for admin confirmation, but I don't see a photo finish happening here.
Mhm. Sadly not.
Yeah, just real quick. It's a little devastating there. I mean, the multiple restarts, the multiple. Sometimes if you don't get that Yuki isolation, like what's unfortunate is Chris just got it right just now. Like he's been trying to do that the entire time. Finally gets it right, but it's just a little bit too little, too late.
And Frote had a 605, I think, for in-game time. Of course, first try and with extra safety, but that can be competed with. At the very least, the famous, infamous sauna strats are kept at 5 minutes. So it's also a possibility to do that first try by switching up the kills. But after a point in map knowledge, and I know it from other people who are really good at Hokkaido, you try to look at the whole map and not just the sauna. And I don't want to say that Frote overlooked that because he just did the first try 6-minute Hokkaido to get the 6-0, but it may not have been the fastest strat. And it's always worth to check if you can just do sauna and be quicker.
Right. Well, and Frote had a little bit of backtracking there, having to take care of the security cameras, which I think was by design. I think that he knew he was going to go through that room. He knew he could take care of security cameras. He wasn't going to worry about avoiding them. And then obviously the backtrack for the screwdriver to finish the actual electrocution kill. I think that added a little bit of time, but really like just fine-tuned strats from both players. Chris just the Yuki isolation didn't quite work out for him. But I think that we would have seen something similar, and we definitely would have seen something similarly quick if you've been able to pull that off early enough. But the past is the past. We're going into Dubai now, which Chris has to win, or this is going to be an 8-0 sweep, and championship is going to go to Frote. I would like to see this match extended because I know that both of these players are incredible players. So I'd like to see them on more maps, but I also understand, like Frote's got the momentum right now.
It just doesn't tell a fair story if this ends up with an 8-0. If you come to the final of I'm going to say it. Oh, it's a perfect 32-player bracket. So you beat 30 of your opponents, and you actually beat 7 of them, I believe. It's just not fair to.
It doesn't.
Of course,
it does
fair or not fair, but it just seems wrong to say that it was free or easy,
right?
Or anything.
Well, and especially with Chris's journey. I mean, Chris has played 8 matches of Roulette Rivals in Roulette Rivals 6. Losing the first one to Yanini, so it's not like he lost to somebody who we don't recognize their name. Gets dropped down in the lower bracket goes all the way through the lower bracket, beating every opponent that he faces. Yeah, it would be disheartening to see him go out 8-0.
Yes, seven match wins in a row. He just happens to be losing on these 3. But we have seen a 4-0 or probably an 0-4 comeback from Ducker a couple hours earlier, which he did last tournament as well. So
Right.
it is not just possible, but it's almost likely to get some comebacks. And we aren't at the end yet. And this is a Season 3 map, which is almost as much Chris's home territory as Paris is for Frote. Just has to get this one right. He has to forget about the last 3 maps, forget about the game crash, the restarts, the bodies found. Just get this one done, and then we still have a game.
And yeah, we'll see if he can get it done. I mean, this would be one heck of a comeback to take the match. I mean, I think that the odds are definitely in Frote's favor at this point. But
We got him.
you know, both these players are here for a reason. You know, these 2 players are fantastic at Hitman, and I think that that's what we're going to see when Dubai Spin does come up. This was picked by Chris, so let's hope he's got the strategies that he needs, and yeah, and has the planning down for what he needs to do to take this map off Frote and force us to another map.
Yeah. One last quick story for these regarding their Dubai past, that they both played plenty of Dubai, courtesy of RR4 being on Season 3 only maps. And it's actually Frote with a perfect record, winning all 3 of his past matches. Not necessarily at the sharp end of the tourney against the hardest opponents, but it's still a 3 out of 3. And Chris won 3 out of 5, but of course he has played deep in RR4 and still made it to 3rd place there.
Right.
And you can drop some Dubais along the way for sure. So he just has to be confident in this one and speedrun it if needed, take it slow if needed. You will see from this spin if it's a speedrun spin or a trickier spin. It is Carl Ingram, SMG as Penthouse staff, and Marcus Stuyvesant drowning as art crew. It's probably closer to the speedrun side, because start art crew and make Marcus sick. He'll go to the toilet, get the Carl isolation down, jump Marcus, and run up for the Penthouse stuff. Could this be quicker by the Penthouse start, which Chris is using? Is he considering to restart? No.
Right, yeah, I did see him go to the pause screen for a moment, but I don't know if he was just trying to skip that animation or what. But yeah, just grabbing the Penthouse staff, and did we see what gun he brought in? I think he brought in a Calmer, so I don't think that we'll see him smuggle in a silenced SMG, but you can find SMGs on the map. It does not designate loud, so it can be silenced.
The SMGs are on Ingram's bodyguards, and the ARs are on the Penthouse guards. That's the distinction between the two. And Chris will use the Calmer to get the. That's an AR for now, but the reason he's doing it is the isolation. Not the gun just yet, but now he's going to get an SMG and.
Very clean, very clean. He's heading down right now to try and isolate Stuyvesant in this hallway. He does have the snail, or did he? Did he actually? He might have put that away. But
Oh, risky throw by Chris.
I think that he managed to get it. I think that he landed in that corner. Yeah, he's got both of them. They're both sick. They're both going to their respective places. He's going to need to get an art crew disguise. He is right by where you can do an easy isolation on an art crew.
He's one throw away, but he's just passing. He cannot get the thrown. The crowbar is next to him, but he's just passing, so doesn't dare to get it. Or he's just looking at
That's a
Marcus,
replan.
maybe. Wow.
See, what is he? He's opting to change up his start. He's starting art crew now. I'm guessing that he just didn't like where Stuyvesant was going. It didn't look like Stuyvesant was going to a bathroom.
sounds like from chat that the secondary spot, and probably the one that Marcus is going for, is just puking over the ledge, which is not only
Which is
public,
not
but
what you
impossible
need,
for
yeah.
Prowling. Yeah. So he's replanning to start Art Crew and make him sick, potentially get some more items along the way.
We are seeing that same strat from Frote paying off, as he does manage to get the drowning kill on Stuyvesant while this guy's as the Art Crew. Now, he has red guns, but I'm guessing that is because of the Ingram isolation, and once he takes care of Ingram, he'll get his green guns back.
Frote so close to the championship now. Carl is isolated, KO'd. There are silenced SMGs on this floor, already lying around. All he needs is the penthouse staff,
And
which
he's heading
is
up to go get that, and this is basically a free disguise, as there's a penthouse staff member in the pantry right when he gets up these stairs.
you never dare to say it's over until it's over, but Frote has almost everything now to finish by.
You grab one of the dropped SMGs on the way to the elevator exit up here, and you're free.
We're not done yet.
Couple of seconds now. Pick up the SMG from. Oh, he's not even going for the.
Oh, he's not going
for the
one
one
of the dropped
here.
ones. He's going for his pickup.
His own, yeah.
Yeah.
He did say once in the past that he doesn't remember the firearms in Dubai. That still is the case, but it seems like that will still earn him the Roulette Rivals 6 PC championship.
He's still fine.
Not just fine, sweeping in the grand final.
Absolute sweep.
8-0.
Yeah, very commanding. Yeah, I expected after Paris was so close, I expected this to go even further than that. But yeah, just excellently played all the way through.
Photo finish, I assume.
Really, everything went perfectly for Frote, but I don't mean it from the luck side. I mean it from the amazing reflexes and quick planning and the strategies working out. It was really just the perfect day for him, and he's undoubtedly the best PCR player at the moment.
Let's go, Jet.
Yeah, and congrats to him.
Let's go. Tired as fuck, but let's go.
The 4-time PCR champion.
Let's go, Jet.
So very quick finals match here as Frote sweeps it 8-0. Looks like Punky is back. Welcome back.
Yes,
Punky.
well, 4 times Roulette Rivals champion Frote, but yeah, Frote also keeps his undefeated streak at the grand finals. No one has managed to win it. Let's see if he joins us for an interview.
How many restarts did he have over the course of all the maps?
Probably not more than 2.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
None in Paris.
Mogwai get found in Chongqing, which was a restart.
And that is it. Hokkaido first try 605. Dubai. It might have been an early replan along these maps, but I can't recall a single mistake on his part.
Yeah, no, I think Dubai, he was clean all the way through. Hokkaido, he was clean all the way through. Chongqing, he just had the one restart because of the body getting found. In Paris, I think he was clean all the way through. One restart over 4 maps? That's insane.
Crazy good. We always knew that he's the player with one of the highest ceilings, and we have seen many times last year reach that ceiling. He pushed it even higher this year, which he couldn't always reach, and of course was eliminated along the way in RS 4 and 5. But now he has put even more practice in, even more streams in.
Yeah.
And just
he keeps
showed
the
us
streak
how
alive. You know, this is another final that he wins and wins commandingly. So obviously he's just incredibly comfortable when it comes to being in the finals. Hey, Frote, welcome in.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Oh, hold up, my fucking Discord chat. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I can hear you now. I turned the Discord volume down. The volume settings. Yeah, what's up, guys?
Well, we'll just
Congrats
repeat.
again.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you very much.
That was very, very fast.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm happy because I can barely keep my eyes open, to be honest.
Yeah, I can. Did you get Roulette Rivals 1 vibes at the exhaustion?
No, that was even worse because back then we didn't have like such a full and great team of admins around helping.
Right. Yeah,
And
you
back
had
then
to
the
admin
concept
and
was
cast.
I pretty much like admin and casted like I want to say at least 90% of all the matches in that tournament, and then playing. Nah, that was way worse. But this wasn't fun either. I was like stuck in traffic as well for like hours. So I was like on the road for like 10 hours, and then I got there, and then like I had to play. So it was definitely exhausting.
So what you're saying is this isn't even your final form, because if you were fully rested, we'd be out of here even quicker. Which is just impressive. Like, I mean,
No, it went surprisingly well. I expected worse, to be honest. Like when I finally got back home, like I kind of was like giving Chris the upper hand beforehand, just because of like how tired I was, and because also I didn't play since Wednesday, so I couldn't get any prep or preparation in for this Sunday either. So
and
I
we
expected Chris to have the upper hand, but it all went surprisingly smooth, really.
we were
So
talking about how smooth it went. We did the math. You had one restart in all four of the maps, like just one overall in the entirety of the finals match.
Yeah, and even that restart, I never had Mowgli or Mugwai or whatever he's called. I never had him found there. I guess it's because of the dump there by from Hush that like somehow a lady turned around, but I even checked for a second and it felt like a wall lag or something. I don't know. I should ask Coach or something. He's the king of China, but I never had that guy found. That was the restart there.
Right, right. But in your restart, you just were a little bit more cautious. You dragged Mogwai into that deprivation chamber room, and you were fine. It was just the slightest hiccup, aside from slightly missing the timing on Imogen, of course.
Yeah, but I mean, we see that from literally all the players in the RR tournaments, right? You rip somewhere, and then the second time you're gonna definitely make sure you don't rip at that exact spot again. So you just work around it a little.
I liked your four maps. They're obviously very high level, and I just want to say that obviously not perfect, but the mistakes you were made could all be backtracked. The missing the first falling object in Chongqing, missing the screwdriver in Hokkaido, like that's all the mistakes you did in four maps in one full grand final. So I just find it
Yeah,
fascinating
that screwdriver was just yeah, me being tired. I don't know why I forgot to pick that up. And like missing the first cycle for Imogen there, right? Like I was there in time in the right disguise, but like I aimed my pistol and I heard a whoosh from those people behind me look at me. So I was like, I could take that shot now and like have a high chance of ripping there, and then I would be behind a minute, or I could just not shoot and then like delay it for a minute, wait till she stops vomiting and then comes back, which would be quicker than that. And I didn't wanna risk it there. And if Chris was faster, then yeah, so be it. But I asserted this like in the split second. I decided that it was better to wait than to just risk it there because I heard that whoosh.
was just incredible, the combination of being so quick and being able to save or be safe in these situations. So I think it is the peak roulette performance when you can be as fast as possible and then not rip to being too fast, I guess.
Oh, I'm sure coach will tell me that I was incredibly slow on Chongqing because I missed that window, and it's true. I also ripped there. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with my performance. Like, it wasn't like fully optimized or the quickest anywhere, but it was just safe and solid, and like no real mistakes besides forgetting the screwdriver, I think.
And
Yeah,
I
it
want
was-
to
it
take
was-
a moment and I'm sorry. Go ahead, Punk.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna ask you, Frote, about your opponents. This is obviously Chris's first time in the finals. What words do you have? What parting words do you have to say to him after him making the journey from the lower bracket to face you in the finals?
Well, first off, like Chris only joined the roulette tournaments in Roulette Rivals 4, which was in February, and I think like from the quote-unquote new players, say from like Hitman 3 and on, he is definitely the most impressive one so far in roulette. I think he played great. The fact that he lost his very first match and had to drop down to loser bracket round 1 and then still make it all the way to the grand final is something we've only seen Giannini do so far. So that's an incredible feat. It's an incredible player as well. Like obviously I don't know his point of view, like how it went for him, if he was like unlucky or nervous or whatever. But despite all that, the fact that I mean, just look at his rankings, right? He was like third, fourth, and second in his first 3 tournaments. That's like pretty much unrivaled, except for Ducker. You know, like so. Yeah, amazing player, and I'm looking forward to see what he does in the World Championship. I mean, he's top seed anyway. So yeah, props to Chris.
Yeah, not many players are that good, that consistently, but Chris is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, and of course he will have the top seed and will no doubt be a contender in the World Championship as well. And you as well. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, it is the big event of the year, of course. Like it's the most prestigious one in the year. It's what these 3 roulettes so far this year are all working up to. And yeah, now I'm eager to prove myself there once again. After having finished 4th place, I want to say, in the first World Championship.
Yep.
I believe it was 4th. Yeah, so I aim to do better this time around, but the competition will be fierce, which is just awesome to see, really. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that one. It's going to be amazing.
All right, sounds good. You guys have any more questions?
No, just want to say congratulations again. Nice 8-0 clean sweep.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thanks for all the casting and the adminning. Special shout out to Punky. From what I've seen, like I only dropped in halfway, like from the last 2 maps of the Docker match, but it all seemed to went very smoothly. So yeah, shout out to you and all the casters and admins involved and all the players. I think we can look back to a great tourney. Roulette Rivals 6 was awesome. So yeah, now we got the World Championship to look out for, which will be at least twice as big. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I don't have any last questions. Just want to congratulate you again on title number 4. And not sure if you, I'm not sure how you count it exactly in your hand. Now that Ducker's on 5, but only console, and Yanni's on 3 with shared PC and console, but you definitely at least number 2 or number 1. Looking at the PC titles again. So just congrats.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, about that, I personally don't care at this point, don't care that much how many RR titles I have, even like compared to Docker or whatever. Of course, it's cool to at one point get on equal footing. But yeah, my focus is now the World Championships because that one counts for 2 or 3, I would say. So if I got that, I'm in the lead again.
Looking forward to that for sure.
It's gotta be super hard though. There are like at least 10 players that can easily win that. One of them is you, of course, the current champion.
Hope to make it as far as possible. And you made a really damn good case for your WC chances. that's for sure. But Chris too, throughout these last 3 weeks and today.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just look at the players he knocked out. Like he knocked out you. That's just telling the whole story already. Like how amazing Chris has been doing all 3 tournaments. Yeah, again, thanks for all the casting and stuff. Especially Punky. Great job, buddy.
Yeah, thanks and congrats.
Yeah. And now I need to chill because I'm tired.
Yeah,
as fuck,
definitely.
so,
You have
Get some rest.
just like the championship, you earned the rest. So yeah,
yeah.
have a good time. Take it easy.
Thanks, guys. I'll let you finish it off. See you later.
All right.